Belmont Stores Podcast, Episode 2. Episode 1 popped so hard, we got Hollywood in the building. Welcome, Charley, Palmer, Rothwell. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, mate?
All good, cuz? You been alright?
Been alright, mate. I've been, all things considered, I've been good.
Yeah?
Been good, yeah.
I'm glad to hear that, mate. I'm glad to hear that. You're living down in, you live around here in Walthamstow with your chick sometimes, and you live in Margate.
Margate,
Just bought a house down there.
Yeah.
What's
Baiting me up.
Oh, shit, sorry,
I'm joking. Yeah, no, I have. I don't know why. Yeah.
What sort of state's the gaff in, man? Is it like you got a lot of work to do on it? Do you want to do work on it? Like, what's it saying?
Do you know what? I was lucky. It's like fully livable, like, but I just need to add just a bit of kind of I got someone in the other day, actually, a carpenter that I met down there, and he's gonna do a few bits, but it's good, mate.
Yeah.
I found a gem, mate.
Yeah. All right, nice. What? And you got all your own furniture and that in there, or is that's just gonna come over time? You got to put all bits in there,
and bobs getting added. Yeah. I got all what I've collected over years of fucking around London. Yeah.
Okay, so it's not a show right now, no.
No.
All right, nice, cuz.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Well, look, I wanted to start early. I wanted to go chronological order and start fucking when you were born, right?
Wow.
So you said you were born in Bethnal. Well, I've read. Yeah, Wikipedia does bits, yeah.
See what it's saying.
Bethnal Green, apparently you were born.
I was.
Yeah, all right. To Patsy Palmer, your mum, and Alfie Rothwell.
That's the
I
one.
found out your dad's a boxer.
Yeah.
Was he a professional boxer?
He was amateur, and I don't think he went professional, but he was amateur. He had like 100 and something fights.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's a lot of scraps, man.
Yeah, he loves to tear up.
Does he? Yeah, but still. Fair play, cuz. Okay, so what? And then you got 2 siblings as well? Fenton?
I got 3.
Do
you know what? I got 4 siblings, actually.
Oh, really?
I got 3 on my mum's side, and I got 1 on my dad's side. But I don't usually... The girl, Lily, who's my sister...
Yeah.
We only met when I was a lot older, so it don't get mentioned on Wikipedia and things like that.
Okay, you don't really know that well. Are you close now or not
really? We speak and that. She just had a little girl, so... I'm an uncle as well now, so.
Oh, is it, yeah? Say no more. Congrats, cuz.
Thanks, Uncle Char.
Yeah, nice. So, like, what was it sort of like then, growing up, and then your mum's a TV star in EastEnders, isn't it?
Mm.
So that was like obviously one of the biggest shows in the country. So everyone must have known her. So since you were a kid, you must have been walking down the street. Oh my gosh, Bianca.
Yeah. You just that was the
voice. So I
voice.
answered my own question.
Yeah, that's the answer's in the question.
So what was it like for you though, bro? Because that's a bit mad for your everyone to know your old dear and that.
Do you know what? It was a bit shit, really. Like it was a bit long. I don't know. I didn't really think it at the time. And without going too deep, it was just a bit fearful, really, because you kind of like where we lived in Bethnal Green as well. It was not. It weren't quite the Bethnal Green it is now. It was a bit naughty, really, and there was just a lot of I don't know. Yeah, when you're a little boy and it was just me and my mum for a lot of years, it was kind of a bit. Yeah, it was a bit long. I remember in Brighton as well when I moved to Brighton. Sometimes we'd like open the door to take I'd like walk my little brother and sister to school, and there'd be photographers and shit in the morning, like 7 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? You just like had your Cocoa Pops, like. Fuck. And it like I know it's I don't know I don't know what that sounds like to people, but it just was shit, really. Like,
yeah, no.
But obviously, on the plus side, you get the good things that come out of that, the material things and whatnot. But I don't know, the fame stuff with my mum. It's odd, isn't it? It's odd. It's like a bit of a rarity, really. It's like, and I remember when I first got to Brighton, I went to a school there, and there was Chris Eubank's son, Seb Eubank. I remember we had this like little sort of like weird connection that we never like became like best mates or anything. But I remember on one of the first days there, he sort of looked at me like, I know, I know what you're going through. Yeah, everyone's gonna give it to you straight away, and I know it. Like. Anyway, yeah, I just thought that. I hadn't thought of that for a while.
I hear that, man. I hear that. How is your old dear? What's she up to now, man? She good?
She's in America. She's all right. Yeah, they moved out to LA like 6 years ago now. So she's all right, man. She's got a hair care company.
Is it?
I think,
Say no more. I might have to stock some of that, cuz.
Better up.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, nice, man. So like, what age were you at when you moved from London to Brighton then?
30, like 13 and a half, 14. So it was
13 and a half.
It was halfway through year 8. So,
oh, really?
So, yeah. 13
How come you had to move? Like, that's because you'd only do that if you had to move, surely, isn't it?
Mate, my mum's a bit of a jippo at heart, really. She's
Is it?
like, well, she finds somewhere and then she's just off. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
she did a play in Brighton, and then she really loved it. And funny enough, I was actually at school 2 minutes from here actually at that time. Yeah, a school called Forest, which is like, it's like 10 minutes up the road. And I just got into secondary school, just like started to like, you know, get your little gang and all that, and then when we moved to Brighton, and I was just like, oh, mate.
I had the same with Beaver, bruv. Same age. I was finished year 8, finished year 9, but yeah, same thing, man.
It's a bit long, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it was all long.
At the time.
At the time, it was well long, but 2 weeks into starting school in Beaver, it popped off, mate.
And actually, do you know what? It took me longer than that. It took me a year, but then I was like, thank God, actually, because I wouldn't have wanted to be in the Essex lot. In hindsight, I'm so glad I had Brighton.
Oh, you had a touchdown there, man. Like, so when did you meet up with like all your pals, like Ben, Harry, Jordan, Harles, all them boys, all the boys that I met you with? When did you meet them in school?
Ben's my oldest mate. Ben was like Ben was in my year at school, and then Harry used to have all these parties.
Shout out Harry Courtney, we share girls.
Belmy Harry, yeah.
Been airing him, cuz.
No, I'm half to blame for that. No, but Harry, it was funny because Harry used to always have these big parties in Brighton. His mum had this like amazing flat, and I know where
it is. Palmyra, yeah. Been there.
And you know, and he and I remember once I went with my boy George, we turned up and he didn't let us in, and I didn't know Harry, but he was like, nah, them boys ain't coming in. And then I was like, fuck this Harry Courtney kid, and then do you know what, Harry, if you do watch this, you can, I don't know how we then became like best mates, but that was how it started. And then like Harley, Jordan, we had like a group of us in Brighton from about, I mean, there's only about fucking 5 schools there. I keep swearing. I don't know if that's bad.
You can swear, brother. It's cool.
Good. There's only about 5 schools there. And when we all left, when we were going from like school to college, and we were like 16, we like made this like super group of like the boys from all the schools, and we all made a thing to go to one college, which obviously ended. I mean, I got kicked out after 2 months, and like everyone just got slung out basically.
Yeah, straight.
And then, but Jordan and Harley were like in that group, kind of like. It's quite, you know, like Brighton's quite small, really. So everyone knows everyone. And then they went to Brit school. And when I got kicked out of college, I did a year just working in the call centre. And I was just like, you know, like, nah.
I know them ones, bro.
You know them years. It was one of them years where it was like my brain was raining. And then I sort of, it might have been, I think it was my mum's suggestion. I think my mum just said like, why don't you try? Because I was going to try to go to Brit. Didn't, because I wanted to be with all the boys. And then so a year later, I applied at Brit. So I was like a year behind kind of thing. And then I really became a lot better friends with Jordan and Harley. And then, the group just as it does, a wheat from the chaff kind of thing.
So what age are you at when you go to Brit school? Was that college?
Oh, years? So you should have been from like 16 to 18 college years, but I was 17 to 19.
Okay, cool. So what, before that, you were growing up in Brighton?
Growing up in Brighton, dipping between all sorts of groups of mates, really. And then like our group that you know of us, we kind of became like a proper group. Yeah, probably from about, I know what it was. When Jordan, Harley and Ben moved to London together. Okay. And we like, they were getting, I think we'd just spoken about it, and then it just came into fruition, and then we really kind of like solidified our kind of, that was our lot then, you know what I mean? So, and then we moved into this house. Oh my God.
Where was it?
There in Islington. It was called the Dungeon.
What, you dubbed it?
I don't think any of us, I think people that used to come round, and then it just became, it was dirty. And then it just became the Dunge.
Nice. I swear, like every group of friends had one of them sort of yards, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
So what, were you, before you went Brit, were you like into acting then? Were you acting in bits then? Or was that something that you...
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, at school I was definitely. I've been acting all my life. But I think at school I was like, just one of the things that I really like enjoyed, I suppose.
What, drama class? And
Yeah.
Yeah, drama popped at school, man. Trust.
I had a good teacher. I think that helps as well.
Yeah, always, every time, man, every time.
Yeah.
So what parts did you have when you were a kid then? They like fucking Joseph or something in the nativity play.
Do you know what? I remember we did the Owl and the Pussycat, and I was the owl.
Done, no?
When I was
Wise guy.
180 degrees.
Nice, guys.
And what else? I don't know. Like at school, what did we do? At school, we used to do these like end of year show type things, and we did this musical called Sweet Charity, and I played in the film Sweet Charity as Sammy Davis Jr. He's got this fat afro and whatnot. But at school, anyway, I don't know if that would be allowed now, but I was Sammy Davis Jr. with an afro. And,
no way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't know if you could. I don't know if that can run in 2020.
Can't run,
bro.
can it?
Nah, bro.
Fair enough. But it's the truth. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, nice. Well, that's one memorable fucking role that you had.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's one. At least it's one.
Yeah. Okay, cuz. So, what? We went to Brit, 17 years old, and they do all different courses there, don't they? And you studied performing arts, same as Harley.
I did theatre.
Theatre.
So I don't know whether Harley actually did. I think Harley did do theatre, but within theatre there's script writing, like physical theatre. It is an amazing place actually. I kind of, again, I was like still a bit too young. I was lucky, I think, to get through the Brit.
What do you mean you were a bit too young? What, attitude wise?
Attitude. My behaviour was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Was.
I know what you mean. You don't really see the bigger picture when you're that young, do you?
No.
Yeah.
That is exactly it. Closed-minded, and I just wanted to get back to Brighton. Every day I was just like, I need to get back to my boy's house. I need to get back to FIFA. It's that. You know that headspace.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, you're just too young, innit? You're just too young. But what, did you do well there? How'd you get on?
I did. I still got like distinction, which is like the top mark. Yeah.
Say nothing.
But to be honest, it was a blag.
It always is though,
yeah,
bro.
I know it was. I'm glad for the blag, so thanks. But it was good. I think you know what, you always like subconsciously anyway, whatever you're doing, you're learning. But I could have got a lot more out of it, I think. But it is what it is, isn't it? It weren't my time. I kind of had to sort of reapply myself again. Just off my own self-will, I think a couple of years. Like when I started to get acting jobs, I was a bit like, oh, I need to actually learn to be an actor.
Then you start thinking, oh fuck, I should have paid attention more.
A little bit. I just thought I need to actually do this. Like, do you know what I mean? I had the chance, but then again, look, it was kind of a bit of that domino effect because the stuff you do at Brit is like a Stanislavski-based acting course. He's like a old. I mean, anyone that does acting knows about that kind of thing. So at least I even learnt about that. So when I did want to come back to it, I had, there was something rattling around in the back of my head. So yeah.
Is that something quite crucial, do you think, in acting? Because I swear you could be quite just a natural performer and actor, and you could just adopt like different characters and personas quite easily. Do you know what I mean? Or do you think that studying it and being educated in it is like quite crucial? Or can you blag it? Do you know what I mean?
Probably a bit of all three. I mean, I think like there's levels of it where I think I did all the stages in a sense of when I think one of my first roles I was like professionally was playing like a bit of a like bad boy bully, and like so I just
what's
draw
that? The Governors.
No, that was the
Wait, what is it? Is it Wait, what is it, bruv?
You might. I don't know if you've gone.
Believe the magic.
Nah. That's Harry Courtney's dad's film.
No way.
Yeah.
I'll say no.
Let's just do an interview about Harry today.
Straight.
But no, it was called Mayday. It was like a
I see that as well. That was after Believe the Magic, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay. Say nothing.
So that in a way, I was really fortunate, and I just got to thank like the universe.
What was this bad boy role?
Yeah, because I think I'd spent years pretending to be a bad boy at school, so it's just like, so that's where the blag comes in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you do get, the further on in your career, you get like, you'll start getting roles where it's like, okay, what am I drawing on here? Because I don't know how to be this person, or also as well, like you were saying about being a bit, I don't know if you said closed-minded or something when you're younger. There's a certain group of people that I would have grown up with. Like I can draw on family members, and I can draw on like, I don't know, like just people that have etched themselves into your head. Do you know what I mean? But then, like, you get to a point where you're like, right, I'm just gonna end up playing these people that I looked up to for years, but with different names, or I'm gonna actually like start to broaden my horizons and learn how to maybe have like a backbone. I suppose in a way, a bit like when someone's spitting, let's say, and then they've got all different flows, all of us, you know, they've got their first few albums, it's them, do you know what I mean? Kendrick, it's like, it's him, and it's just, I'm not even going to say basic, but it's just, he's finding his feet kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, you either branch out or you get a bit left, innit? You get developed. Yeah. Or you don't.
Yeah, I hear that. And you think with studying, that can help you develop?
I think so. I mean, look, I didn't technically I did study because I did go to Britain, I did finish it, but I kind of I thought there was a point where Governors was also really lucky for me. It was really, really lucky because I did that, and the director gave me so much freedom. Like he was just had so much faith in us, which was just amazing. Like, 'cause, I mean, that says it's a lot when you get someone that's, you know, like a good manager or whatever that's like that. But then, I don't know, I started to feel in myself a bit like I need to find something else here. So I just reapplied myself. I got them like that book out again. I like took it into, I basically notated the whole book into my own words.
Which book
this Stanislavski book. It's like, it's called An Actor Prepares. It's like the baitist thing in a way. But I just thought, right, I'm going to put this into my own words and just see what happens kind of thing. And then I just thought, you know, I don't know, watching people as well on set is a massive thing. Just, you know. Do you know what, mate? I can't even make this into some big storyline. I just, like you were saying, developed, basically, and tried to just absorb as much as I could and just...
But I reckon you could do all the studying in the world. You could go fucking sickest university, get some masters in like fucking acting or performing arts, whatever the fuck it is. I reckon you still couldn't be, you might not be that good. You know what I mean?
I do. I think there's got to be something. I think confidence plays a massive part in life, and actually, I think you got to back yourself, ain't you? Really, and I think that's a massive part of it as well. There's got to be a little voice in your head that says, "I can do this."
Yeah, straight. Well, you have to back yourself fully, bro. If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in you, bro? Starting role. So Mayday was the first role. Yeah. And then what was that? Did that sort of snowball? Did that sort of put a lot of people onto you? When was that Mayday? 2013, 14?
Yeah, it was like when I was living at the Dunge, what we were talking about.
Yeah, nice.
Long time. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, about that, maybe 2013.
Yeah, and then what came after that? Governors was 2014, wasn't it?
For me, Governors was and probably still is one of my most memorable things.
What fun? What like?
I think in every way, and actually, I still get recognised for that.
Really, yeah.
All the time. I think it actually slyly did really well for a small kind of British independent film. It got put on Netflix, and I think it's just stayed on there for like, you know. So it must have done quite well. But for me as an actor, actually, it gave me like extra boost of confidence. I was like, oh, I can actually be on set. And I can like do what the fuck I want, not in an arrogant way, in a way that like that again, that not that battering yourself when. What am I trying to say? Yeah, I don't know. There was just a lot of confidence on that set, and then going on to other jobs where you're not kind of one of the like leads, let's say, and still feeling confidence if you have one scene to like do your thing, because it can be weird having just going on and doing one scene, or you've got to say like a few lines. That actually weirdly can be a lot harder because you go, I don't want to overdo this. I don't want to look like I'm trying to like prove myself, because really you want to like understate it as much as possible, but you also want to be a bit of a character. So it's like, there's it was good that.
What was it? Was it sick?
It was really good doing that. And obviously, you know, like Harley was.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So you two were on set together. I see an interview with you two, and you said that it was well fun just being able to work with your best mate and that.
Yeah.
And you also said there was another guy on the set that when you done a take, you'd look at him and say, "Oh, was that cool? Did I look hard in that?" And he'd be like, "Yeah."
Who was that?
Vass?
Oh, Vass. Vass is like, Vass is, Baz or Vaz, I don't even. There was Baz and Vaz. He was in like the Millwall firm and all that, and he was like, so it was good if you didn't want to go a bit too extra. He'd always be in the background and just be like, yeah, sweet.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
you need a bit of that, surely, man.
Yeah.
So, well, after Governors, we went through. What did we do? What did you do more like,
What did we do?
Where were we,
Did we know each other then?
Yeah, we knew each other then, man.
We did know each other.
Pretty sure we did, bro.
Then,
yeah, pretty sure we did because we met when Rizzle Kicks played at fucking Beef for Rocks, didn't we?
Yeah.
That must have been 2011.
We just saw that in there, 2011.
Yeah, exactly. That's my memory, bro.
There you go.
Bang on, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah, 20. Yeah, so we did know each other. I don't know what happened after. Like, fuck knows what happened after that. After our beefer.
So Legend, right? That is probably a big jump, say, from like Governors to that sort of scale.
Yeah.
Production. How was that feeling, bro? Like, were you a little bit nervous? You must have been nervous, excited.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a big. Yeah, it was a big jump. I remember like the audition. Actually, I'll tell you this. That's
what I was going to ask.
Yeah.
How was it going?
I'll tell you. Well, it was interesting how it came about in a way because I was. This answers the question before as well. So I did a series called Owlgirl. I never say Owlgirl.
And iBoy.
iBoy, I think, was after Legend, maybe, but
really? Okay.
Maybe, but I did this series, and when we were in South Africa for like 6 months, and when we were coming towards the end of it, this actor Simon said to me, he said, did you get that audition? Like actors do that a lot. They'll say to each other like, oh, we heard about this audition, and he said for like film about the Cray twins. And me being like Mr. East London, and he was Scouse, and I was like, no, what do you mean? And he was like, yeah, Tom Hardy's playing the twins, and obviously at that time as well, Tom Hardy's obviously still a big actor, but that was when he was like Bronson, and it was of like he was like flavour of the month, as my nan would say, and he so obviously I like called up my agent. I was like, why have I not got this audition? Like blah blah blah, and then I can't remember. I got one of the auditions, and then a really weird thing happened is that the character I played was my great uncle, so my nan's cousin. It was like one of his.
Your family
boys.
knew him.
Yeah, so I ended up going and meeting this uncle. We sat down a bit like this, really, and I put my phone on record, and he just talked me through this geezer just from like when
Leslie
he was young.
Holt.
Yeah.
He said he's a robber. He used to go around robbing yards and that, and then he got his way into.
He was a mad kind of he sociopathic in a sense. He worked his way up through hook or by crook kind of thing, and he kind of started. Yeah, he got what he wanted in a way, but I mean, he ended up getting like killed basically. But he got through into the aristocracy, and then he was working in just as you can imagine now, like just one of them geezers. Do you know what I mean? Like he's just I don't know. That's a bit.
Back then, it was probably a lot easier to sort of fucking wangle your way into like positions that he did.
Yeah.
Just a crafty bastard, really.
Crafty bastard, and he used things like he used his sexuality. He was kind of. That went out the window. He would just that was the impression I got when I was piecing together things people had said about him from all different walks of life. And so when I went into the audition and they started saying to me, they spoke about the character a little bit, I sort of was like, let me stop you there, actually.
Yes, what a boss.
Yeah, which worked in a way because the woman casting director, she was really excited because she was actually just like, oh great, like tell me stuff. So then when I got called back and the director was there, and then so it was just a really amazing universe loop thing where it just all came together in a way. And then I got the part, and that was that.
How did they tell you get a part? Is it email? Is it like when you get into uni, or like what is it, bro?
Do you know what? I was in Berlin with Harley, and we were walking along the road. And my agent just called me up, and he was like, I've got some unbelievable news for you. He's like, you've got that part in Legend. And
bang, lovely.
I really remember it really well. We just got so gassed. Went out, and then... Obviously,
what else are you going to do?
Yeah, we just went straight to Soho House, I think. And we were just like... end up going out and yeah, and then my yeah,
and then yeah, brother, and that's then, what you need to know, cuz.
Yeah. And then a few of our mates were coming out. It was a nice time. That was a really nice moment because that happened. Loads of our friends come out to Berlin. They were already coming out, and we just had a sick week. And then that was on the horizon. So, yeah,
sick. Yeah. All right. So you got the part. You're buzzing. You're in Berlin. You get yard hanging. You've gone to the set. You got Tom Hardy, you're working with him. What's he like to work with? You must not get asked this all the time, bro. I'm sorry for a bait question, innit? But he's a sickhead, though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were in Batman, I'll rate you, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do. I mean, I was nervous because I'd like openly idolized him. So a bit really? Like, you know, like he's a sickhead and all that. And like, I think as well, I don't know whether I'd said it to people, but if people would ever ask me about acting and whatnot, I'd be like, oh yeah, I saw this thing with Tom Hardy. It was The Take. Did you ever see The Take?
Nah, man.
Watch The Take.
Yeah.
Sick.
Okay,
yeah, watch The Take. But it was like one of his early things that he did. And I remember watching it and just being like, rah. Like, not only is this like unbelievable, I remember like slyly being like, yeah, I can do that. I know deep down, somewhere in me, I can do that, but I don't know how I'm going to do it.
What, that you've got it in your locker?
Yeah, no, not like to just play that part, but I was like, I can, whatever he's doing, this is when I was young, I was like, I know I can do that. Do you know that feeling? It's not really, I know that feeling, you know that feeling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And like, anyway, so I kind of carried that with me a bit. So then when I got that, obviously I was a bit like, rah, this is a bit mad universe thing. And then it was quite good because I got on set and all my nerves and stuff were obviously there, and then he's just in character. So your nerves I hadn't had that before. I'd never experienced like someone being in character when they're not shooting, when everyone's walking about, everyone's chatting. He's putting people in headlocks.
Which one is he though?
So he was Ronnie, because I was with him when he was Ronnie all the time, which is the one who's a bit psychotic and whatnot. Yeah, so he's putting people in headlocks and he's like, he's got like cigar. He's like, oh mate, and I didn't even. It was perfect because I basically all of my ego and all of my own like anxiety and narcissism about it just got smashed. You have that build up of anxiety and then it's like, you know, it sort of comes out left, right, and centre, and it just got basically just blown out the window. It was so good as an actor. I just like, you know, we got in. They were kind of saying action, and there was another actor, Taron. And he'd obviously, I think he'd been filming already, so he knew the coup. Do you know what I mean? He knew what was going on, and they just start talking, and I'm thinking, I was standing there, I'm in the scene, I've got the camera, and I'm thinking, fuck it, I'm like, I ain't learned this scene because they're just chatting like this, and I'm thinking, I ain't got this, they're giving me a different script here, like what's going on? But I just start going with it. I was just going with it, like it really was a proper moment of like. Just blag, just go with it. And I realised very quickly that he just weren't sticking to script.
Oh, is it?
So it weren't some like big, you know, they weren't.
Is it in the cut? Is it in the film?
A lot of that film was improvised.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of that. There's like there's a structure obviously because there's a story. You know?
Yeah, of course.
But I didn't experience any of that. So for me, it was just unbelievable, really.
So did you just roll with it then? When they're just chatting and then you're filming, obviously recording.
Yeah.
And then what, you're just like rolling with it?
Just going with it. And then, because a lot of the stuff he was doing as well.
Whilst pranging out though, because you're thinking, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing.
Yeah. But again, do you know what? It was perfect because even that, with like the improv thing, it wasn't like a planned improv. Like, oh, we're going to improv now, guys. And everyone's like, oh, let's make some jokes.
Yeah, freestyle,
it was like,
quick.
Yeah, it's not like, you're not someone going to, come on, you're a spit, come on, do a quick rap to me. It's just natural. It's really organic. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah. It's a good analogy. So it was like, it was perfect. And by the end of the scene, and also because it felt so natural, it wasn't this like bit cringy type like improv, which can like sometimes happen if it does not organic. I was just gassed. I was like, I'm actually like on set and I'm improvising with like some of my idols and I think it's all right. I think, yeah.
Yeah, no, what a feeling, mate.
Yeah. I was like, I think it's gone all right. And I was kind of, so it was just it was a nice foundation that first day to go into the rest of filming. It just was a slow confidence builder.
Was that first day? Was that first day?
That was the first day.
Oh no!
That was the first day. That was the first scene. And it was in, yeah.
You're going, I don't even know this one.
I don't even know what's going on. I know.
Yeah, sick.
I know. It was sick. It was mad. I know. It was. But the director as well. I said to him like, "What? How are you letting this? How are you letting this happen?" And he was like, to be honest, mate. He was like, he said, I don't know how many times I've read this. He wrote the script as well. He's like, I don't know how many times I've read this script. He was like, just please change it. I'm so bored of it.
Is it? Yeah.
But but in kind of, I think more in a tongue-in-cheek way.
Yeah,
of
like, course.
He weren't slagging it, but he just, again, good director. He had a lot of confidence in everyone, just letting everyone do their thing.
What else has he done, this guy? Is he not that big then?
He's a big director. He's done like Mystic River and LA Confidential. And
I see you saying in an interview actually that's one of your favourite films, Mystic River. I've never seen it. Is it any good?
Amazing film.
Is it?
Yeah.
I see. Watch that, yeah?
Yeah, watch that and The Take.
Alright, so we done Legend. Fucking big learning curve then, sounds like it.
Yeah, it was.
Nice.
It was.
And then what? Do you do this? I see a film called Play or Die.
Interesting.
I ain't seen it. I tried watching it, but I couldn't find it, man.
You might not find that anyway.
Really, yeah?
I don't know. I don't know where that is.
Did you die in it? Spoiler
alert. Or maybe I'll play.
Are you the killer?
I don't know.
Are you saving it for me? Is it not out yet? What's going on?
I can't say too much about that sort of thing. No, that film's out. That was an interesting experience. I went out to Brussels and filmed that.
Oh, is it?
And it was it was interesting. Do you know what, that was the first like horror type thing I'd done. So it was fun as well. Quite a bit stressful. But it's all just learning, isn't it? Really,
yeah, true.
I'd like sliced my thumb open before I went, and it anyway. It's not going to pity. Anyway.
Oh, you
please help me, poor little soldier.
He cut his thumb, mate.
3 years later, I still want it.
All right, cool. Look, so we had Play or Die, and then you got two new things coming out. You got Looted. I watched Jacked, innit? So that's like the prequel, but it's not really a prequel. It's like you're Northern now. Innit? Yeah. Your name's changed.
Yeah.
But it's the same sort of setup, innit?
Yeah.
There's it says a dying man in this one, like there is in Jacked. But yeah, do you want to, tell me a little about that, man.
Yeah, I will. It's because the story, the director again, he wrote it, directed it, and he Rene Panavis is called. Yeah,
lovely.
There you go.
Sexy
man. You're up on your stuff. Sexy man as well.
Is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Baby.
He's stuck in Valencia. I was telling you about him earlier.
Oh, is it?
That's what I was saying to you.
Oh shit.
But he is on like autobiographical about his dad. In a way, the short that we did before was kind of adapted from the feature in a way to he kind of worked backwards a little bit, because I think the feature's like I might be wrong here. Let me know, Renee. But I think it's a bit more on the button with the story. I think it was really similar to his upbringing. He didn't grow up in the north though. He's Dutch, but obviously they moved it over. But yeah, another such a good experience. That's nice doing this interview. You realise life's pretty blessed.
It's a good partnership, you and
Thomas, yeah,
he's sick as well. I really like that actor, man. He's wicked, man. But yeah, you two look sick together. Yeah, they're cute together.
He's jokes. He's jokes. And you know what? A bit like when me and Harley work together. When you become, obviously, you have chemistry with someone.
Yeah,
just makes it. It was fun. It was fun. Which I've realised more and more is got to be the basis for for creativity in general. Like when you try and go too serious on it, it just becomes forced. I feel like. And even with acting, I think even with like roles that are serious or intense or whatever, there's got to be some, I don't know, there's got to be a bit of that play at the start and that vulnerability. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and with Thomas straight away, again, got on set and he was just fucking about so much. And I was just like, I think I always try, I'm saying that to what I just said then, I'm saying that to myself. Chill out, Char.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's like, but I tried to go on. I was like ready to do this thing because also me and the director had been meeting up. We were going and we were boxing together to like just like connect, and we were going to the gym, whatever. And then got on set, and Thomas is just there, and he's just in full fuck about mode. He's just like pranking everyone, And it was perfect. It was so good because it just took me out of my own madness again. And then that was that. Yeah. And then.
So I've got to ask, when you're doing a film or anything on TV or something like that, and you're doing your thing, you're your character, and you got your script in front of you. More time, do you reckon that you don't actually? Do you reckon more time you just change it to just be like what you think the character would say, or do people like, nah, don't do that? Do you know what I mean? Is it quite regimented?
That's quite relative to the job, really, because some jobs it can be you have to say everything exactly as it is. Okay. And then, like I said, other ones they might
like
ask
in a film like Looted or in Jacked, where the Dutch writer as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe
he came. Yeah, that's a good example. He writ, like he said to us, this is like a framework.
Okay, cool.
He was like, yeah. No, so he said obviously where we're from, because when we did Jacked, which is the short, obviously me and Thomas is from Grimsby. And I'm from,
shout out Grimsby Town, baby.
Grimsby boys then.
He is, guys.
Oh yeah. There you go. Grimsby boys. Yeah, so like he said, like bring your culture to it as well. He said, it doesn't really matter, because we're like, also that's good filmmaking, like in my eyes, where you can, that the story is so strong that the rest is just a bit of icing. He was like, because you're two car thieves, you come together, and it's a lot of confidence in a script there to say no one's going to question it. You know, a lot of directors are going mad. They're like, oh, we need to like, this needs to be this and this. And he was really confident, Rene. He was like, no, I think it's all right. He's a calm guy. He was like, you're two bods. It's like if you're in the nick. You. Yeah, he's like, yeah, exactly. He trusted us, but also he was like, I think he trusted himself as well. He was like, do your thing, it'll work. But then when we did the feature, because it was set in Hartlepool, he did initially say to me, do you want to do an accent? And I was like, yeah, I really want to do an accent. And then when we did the read through, which was like a week before, we sat down on a table, like 5 of us like this, and we do the read through. And I think it's gone really well. And Rene's like, and I'm like,
them ones.
Them ones. And I know it's at me as well, because everyone else there is actually doing their own accent. So I've made this big thing of like, I want to do the accent. And then he's like, maybe you should do your accent. I'm thinking, for a year, I had the script for a year, and I was like, nah. I was like, you can't do that to me. But it just gave me a little booster. I was like, I've got a week now, and I've got to basically refine that. But he gave me some good direction. He was like, you need your timbre, he said. He said, so you got the accent, but you need your timbre. So it still needs to be in there needs to be Charlie.
Yeah, I hear that.
Because otherwise it's a cliche impression of,
exactly.
Yeah.
So how did you train, like, how did you get that accent up? What practice?
Fear.
Is it, yeah?
Fear that I weren't going to do it good. And also I think I'd put in so much work. I put in probably more of my own work on that film than I've ever put in on anything. And so I was like, I'm not going to just fuck this up for the accent. I think, it was that, just a fear.
Fair play, mate. Yeah. Fair play. All right, cool. So that Looted, that'll be out now.
That's coming out on the 6th, of November.
Yeah,
so now.
Yeah, it's out now. When this drops, it'll be out.
When this drops, it's out. That's what I meant.
What's it on? Netflix?
Well, it's coming out in cinema right now.
All right, okay, start again. When's it out? It's out now. In cinema. All right, cool. All right, so now I want to know, is there any auditions that you've been to, or roles that you fucking nearly got but you didn't get and you were gutted?
Yeah, I mean a lot actually. There's a lot of.
Just tell me about the ones that fucking you were like, fuck, bye.
What did you do? The old pirate ones.
The ones that were so close that you really wanted, but you just missed them.
Fuck, boy.
Them ones, guys.
I'm trying to think. I mean, there's one. There's like the big ones where you go up for like Star Wars or. And you know, that's again where all the ego comes in. You go, this is going to change my life.
Yeah, shit.
And you usually end up fucking them ones up. Because it's not natural. You're not just, in a weird way, you take out you're so enwrapped in expectation of where it's gonna go, which is so hard to detach yourself from, that you rip out your own soul in a way, because your soul is focused. I'm gonna be Anakin. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, I hear that.
So I think do you know what?
Well, bruv, if you can't really think of any, that's pretty good going, bruv.
Yeah, no,
you got them all.
No, do you know why? Because I am quite hungry, and I think not for the hula hoops, but I am quite I kind of do want a lot of my auditions. I mean, I did an audition recently for a Danny Boyle film, for like a film where
you didn't, or you did.
I did, okay. And that was it was a Sex Pistols film.
Okay.
So that would have been, I would have loved to have got something like that. I actually didn't
come in, or you don't know yet?
No, I don't think I've got it. It's too long ago. But then like there was also there was a film that I was quite far down the line with to play David Bowie.
Is it?
And that was I know. And
that's
actually,
a fuck boy.
No, that was a more than a fuck boy. That was like fuck.
Oh no.
Yeah, and
who got it though? Do you know who got it?
Yeah, I know.
So when you see them, you're gonna be like, "Nah, you're a dick, bro."
Do you know what? He's a really nice geezer. So
easy to bang then.
Yeah. Yeah, easier to bang.
All right. So what about dream roles? Like, is there anyone that you think, fuck, I would love to play that geezer one day? Because I've always said to you, bro, I can see you as a Joker, innit? So you got one of them like sinister boats, man.
Yeah, I mean, but then Joaquin Phoenix just did it so good.
Yeah, I know, but he played one type of Joker.
True.
Do you know what I mean? He played one type of Joker, and Heath Ledger did it so well as well. But he played a completely different type of Joker.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So you got to bring the
again.
English Joker, bro.
Sake. So much pressure.
Fuck that one, actually.
I don't know. I mean, do you know? I do quite like playing. That would be no. Do you know what? That would be amazing to play something where you could really dream it up and you could like build it and do the whole thing. But I do quite like playing real people. I do like. So again, like maybe someone like I'd like to play. Maybe a musician, you know, someone like
Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, maybe that would make sense. Kurt Cobain or like Jim Morrison or just someone that's really. I mean, the Bowie thing would have been fucking buzzing.
Oh, no, I'm not back on that one, babe.
Do you know what I mean? Fuck, mate.
What about that one, babe? Jeez.
Yeah, I suppose. Then again, it is sort of nice to maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard. It's a hard one, that one, because there's also doing the independent films where you're just sort of a bit like Looted or whatever, where you're really you're playing like a real person as well, like not like an autobiographical famous person. You're playing like a real, like a fucking person that's out and about doing their bit, and there's something really nice in that, like social realism kind of thing. For me, it's not necessarily about the characters. I want to work with people that are like in it for the creation and they're making good stuff, directors, actors that really want to do this for that reason. That's when I get so much joy and fulfillment. You know, the big jobs are amazing and have been, but I don't know. Yeah, you want that.
So saying that, so what sort of people are they to you then? Like, we talking directors and writers and that?
Yeah. I should mention writers more, actually. I mean, writers just don't get a good big enough name for themselves, actually. I suppose part of the reason why I think naturally I don't say that is because you end up becoming so like enmeshed with the director when you're an actor in it that and I've worked with a lot of writer directors, so yeah. I mean, what are you saying? What is there some actual people?
No, so
I'd like to shout out.
Nah. So like, what directors or writers would you like to work with that you know that are just about the creation, like you say?
That's a good question. Should surely.
What about the bait ones like Tarantino and Christopher Nolan and people like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have worked with Christopher
they're a bit
Nolan.
big now, have you? Yeah? Oh, Dunkirk, innit? Oh shit, yeah, of course.
But I dropped that one in. but I was only worked for like a day when it was still great. But yeah, I mean, like, do you know what though? It's really interesting. Like the big ones like Tarantino and that. Obviously, I would love to do a Tarantino film. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, let's be real. At the same time, there's them big ones. I don't know, like there's a lot of control on that.
Yeah, I hear you. I
really do feel like
probably feel a bit corporate around there. Is that what you mean?
I think so, and I think also as well you want my auntie's an actress actually. She's an amazing actress, and she always says to me, there needs to be you need to take a bit of ownership and because I think sometimes you can work with people that are just so big that it don't matter what job they do, they can't help that their egos massive. It's not even their fault. Like I watched this Nas autobiography yesterday, and like I love like Illmatic or whatever, and I was watching the autobiography and I was watching him. And he hasn't, like, let's say, like, lost his... But he can't help now that he's in glittery sunglasses in a limousine when they're interviewing him. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, in a weird way, working with people early is the dream. Because there is that egg. You know what I mean? I really... Every time I've worked with a director and it's been on an early project, it's been amazing. Because there's just, like, fierce... And it's usually
they got that hunger.
They got that hunger, and it's usually their best bits.
It's like everyone's early work, innit? Really, if you deep it, like everyone's like all, even artists, like musicians, like rappers and stuff. All their first albums are all cold, innit? And they only get a little bit more watered down as they go.
Yeah, and then they come back in with some amazing bits, but obviously you've only got a certain amount of stuff.
Yeah, straight.
Exactly.
And once you get to that point, like. Hey, your whole life is just fucking made up now, bro. So
exactly.
And it's the hard bits that fucking develop you, innit? It's like the character building bits, bro. The struggle, bro, as they say.
I think 1,000,000%, mate. I don't think that you need that pain, don't you? Otherwise,
exactly. Right, so, bro, apart from acting, mate, do you do anything else, bro? You go to gym? I see you got quite a nice bod on, yeah? You used to.
Used to. Well, mug off. Well, you used to.
Come on, bye. No, I ain't seen it in a minute, cuz.
Back in the day.
Been boxing? You say you're boxing with the director?
I do box a little bit. I know you box, didn't you?
Sometimes.
When I saw a video of you the other day, and I thought you got techers.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, you got techers.
We got Harlem Eubank in here afterwards as well.
Have you? What, today?
Yeah.
There you go. Eubank's got a double mention.
You getting banged?
I'm hiding around the side.
And he'll rate that. Yeah. So what? You boxed a bit?
I did when I was younger, but nothing really. I said nothing like my dad. But yeah, no, I did box a bit. Do you know what? I've been writing a lot. Lockdown for me has been writing.
What? Writing screenplays? Writing.
I've been writing a lot of poetry, but I've been also, there is a script that's just like a bit of a baseline
that was what I was going to ask you as well, mate. Can you see the book from here? Yeah, writing. I rate that a lot. Have you read Save the Cat?
I've got Save the Cat. I ain't read it, but I got it.
I've read that. Well, I read half of it. I bought it for him as well.
Nice.
You read that? You touched that?
It's meant to be amazing, that.
Yeah, nice. Good bit, man.
Yeah. So you've been writing lately?
No, I haven't touched on. I haven't been writing a screenplay, but I want to. I've got ideas. I've put bars, bro. My lyrics book's here, bro. I've got bars, bro. Don't worry about me, bro. So what? So we're not here to talk about me, bro.
Don't worry about me.
So, all right. So you've been boxing and that. What are you doing down in Margate, man? Fucking, go on, tell me a bit about stuff about outside your life.
Margate, what I've been saying.
All right. Go on. Carry on.
Go on.
No, I can't remember what I was going to say.
Right.
Fuck.
Margate. Yeah. So I've moved down there. My day to day really I wake up and I kind of do some writing. Is try to get that most days.
Yeah. Exercise that muscle, baby.
That's it. Yeah, exactly. You know that. Like there's a thing called Artist Way. Do you know that? Where you kind of. I don't like fully subscribe to the whole because I don't know it actually, the full Artist Way. But they do a thing called morning pages, where it's like every morning you basically write for a certain amount of time, and you just write. It's like a stream of consciousness, but you do it every morning to like get the juices flowing. Mate, do you know what?
Anything.
Yeah, I mean, I try so hard to do it so like what comes out actually, and it can be like, I can't answer that because it can, for every person it will be so different. I've been doing that lately. That's been good. Gets you like creative for the day.
So how long do you write for in the morning then?
An hour.
An hour, yeah.
An hour.
But I suppose it depends on you. Every morning will be different. You write for an hour, you might get a line, you might get fucking 16 bars. You know what I mean?
I think there's a
or
rule.
Whatever.
Yeah. But there's a rule. I think, and I think this is part of Artist Way. And like the guy wrote it called Neil Gaiman. You sit and you either write or you do nothing. You're not allowed to do anything else. So
you write or you do nothing?
You write or you do nothing for 1 hour. Or for however long you want to do it. But that's the rule. Write or do nothing. So you got to write. You ain't going to do nothing. You're going to just write what's in your head.
Yeah?
Do you know what I mean?
That's the rule?
That's the rule.
Okay. So don't have to rhyme or nothing or what?
Can do, but I mean, I guess it's wherever... It doesn't have to. Guess where your head takes you, really. Yeah. And I've like joined like a there's a lot of Zoom groups, aren't there? So I might join like a writing Zoom group.
Yeah, well, what's that saying?
It's alright. It's good. It's getting me actually doing bits.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It can. I don't know. With writing, it's a slog, isn't it? You're kind of constantly battling your own voice, basically.
So what? And you say you got this script there. Well, script sort of emerging.
I've been saying this for years.
Is it? Yeah. What's it about?
Do you know what, mate? It's like potentially changed again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Another really great thing that my auntie said to me. It's my auntie Lindsay, by the way.
Shout out Auntie
Lindsay Colson. She was saying about getting things that you've written over the years and trying to get them all out. And so for me, it was just on my laptop getting I got about 4 or 5 little scripts and bits and bobs. And just digging into them and being like, what's the core of all of these? Because I found that there will be even though the stories might be again autobiographical. So, for example, when I was in South Africa, we were at a music festival and we ended up in a police chase in the car, and it was just one of those stories that was just
what
no, but that wasn't directly, that weren't I wasn't driving actually, but it was a mad story. I was young, it was anyway, so I wrote down all this stuff. I was like, oh my god, I need to write this down. This is you can't write it kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then you can write it. But then I
about to, baby.
Boom. And then I read, but even something like that, which isn't just an autobiographical, it's not just about me, it's about an anecdote or whatever. I'll find things in it, there'll be stuff in about loss or loss of control, and they'll run through a lot of my scripts, or they'll, I mean, that's an example, but for a lot, some people, even on a more basic level, that's not they're even just humor or something, I might notice that I'll put, and it's and then to try and make a script out of all of that, to build that into one thing. But it's hard. It's hard because
all right, mate. Well, look, I'll tell you what. When that script's done, holler me for an audition because I want to roll cuss.
Sweet.
And Haig, actually, we're out here.
You're in.
All right. So your missus is Millie
Brady.
She's a very successful actor as well.
Yeah.
Actor.
There you go. She liked that you did that.
No, don't watch that. I'm thinking, bro. So you're both in the same industry. Is there a professional sort of? Do you push each other? Is there sort of almost a little rivalry sometimes? You're like, oh shit, good and that. Oh shit, now I got to do this. Do you know what I mean? Keeping each other on their toes and that.
I think probably.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Oh, it's not. I can't really see how it wouldn't be there.
Yeah, I think probably. I think it's
as long as it's healthy, it's fucking healthy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think it. It can be. This is probably a good question for me to actually answer. I mean, good question. Because I think it's actually sometimes it can be hard because you could watch something that the person's in, and actually this is really personal. Millie might not actually get this, but I'm sure she does in some ways. If you're also I learned a lot of my acting things from my nan. My nan was the best acting coach I could have ever had, but she was critical.
Yeah,
my nan was still now. She called me the other day after I sent her an audition. She said to me,
"Dead."
No. She went, yeah. No, she called me up and she said again, she was like, you need to slow the accent down. She was like, I've recorded something for you to watch, and it's another actor, and I went and sat there, and I actually just had a bit of acceptance. I said, yeah, do you know what, Nan? You're actually right. I said, and it's been good for me, but do you know what? It can be hard in a relationship because that's where I've kind of come from. We're on a level as humans, obviously, and not just boyfriend and girlfriend. So I'm not her nan. And I'm not her teacher. But like you say, I've got a voice in my head that when I watch any actor in anything, there's a little voice going, oh, that was sick, or that was weird, or that was good, or that was amazing, or like
you're critiquing it.
Yeah, exactly. So the truth is, yes, we probably are, but I guess you have to be careful with what you say to each other. Luckily, she's amazing at acting.
Yeah.
So
peak if she was brass, isn't it?
Luckily, she's amazing, so I don't have to say really not have to, but there's nothing to say. Do you know what I mean? But it's a good question, because I think there you've tapped into something that a lot of people probably wouldn't want to really talk about in a way. Like, of course, you're going to think things like that. Do you know what I mean? You think that with your mate if you were watching, if your mate's a musician, but it's hard, isn't it? Because you're proud of him just doing it.
I think you just got to word it right.
Yeah, I think you're right.
You can't be a yes man, bruv. You can't tell them something's good if it's not good, bro.
Yeah.
I mean? But yeah, I meant that as well. I also meant like if she gets a good role and then you don't have any work on, and you're like fuck, and then it's vice versa, pushing each other like that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think do you know
we
what?
both help each other strive. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely, and that and it's good to remember that. I think we're blessed because we can help with auditions and things. You know, we can really, and we'll argue and we'll kind of, like you say, we'll get it all out as well. Some stuff, and it gives us good energy for the tape as well. But it's good. I think it's like you say, if you can be not like actually harsh and be open with each other and compassionate and kind and all that, then it can't not be good in a way. But hope not. It's been good so far. It's been really good so far.
All right, sweet, man.
Yeah.
What, so do you love her?
I do love her, yeah.
Oh, that's very cute, bro.
Since you asked me that, you love her or what, bro?
He loves her, bro. All right, last round, bro. You got a multiple choice round now, yeah? We're going to start you easy, cuz.
Okay.
Start you easy, right. So we got tea or coffee?
Tea.
Cinema or theatre?
Cinema.
Bus or tube?
Bus.
Oral or anal?
Oral.
Harley or Jordan?
Savage. Have I got to answer that? I can't answer that. It's dirty.
United.
Rizzle kicks.
That's it. All right, that's the perfect answer. United or City?
City. That's a hard one.
City. Fuck you.
Do you know what? No, do you know what? Do you know what? I hate both of them as an Arsenal fan.
But you got to pick one, bruv. Fuck, you got to pick United because they take all your players, bruv.
Yeah. Do you know,
all right, United. Okay. All right, Arya Stark or Ethelfled?
Ethelfled, obviously.
Hey, he's very cute, bruv. Tarantino or Nolan?
These questions are dirty. Tarantino or Nolan? 4.
You know him, bruv. You know one of them, innit? So he's going to be fuming at you.
Yeah, all right, Tarantino.
Hey, okay, all right. James Franco or Seth Rogen?
James Franco.
All right, cool. All right, you either have one arm or one leg.
One arm or one leg? Fucking hell. I'll say one arm, I think.
One arm? What, so you can still walk, yeah? And you just have a jab?
Yeah.
Just the one arm. All right, cool. One arm it is. Deaf or blind?
I think blind.
What, so you can still hear rhythms?
I can still hear.
Okay, nice.
I think so. I think that's, yeah.
All right, cool. Skin and Lang or Butters and Rich?
Skin and Lang or Butters and Rich? Wait, Skin and Lang. Skint and Lang or Butters and Rich? Skint and Lang.
Yeah, I'll rate that. Fair play. Then you make that P, baby. All right, London or Brighton?
Put them to work. London or Brighton? Brighton.
Okay. All right, that's it, boys. Episode 2, Charley Palmer Rothwell. Thank you so much for coming in, brother. Spud me.
Nice.
Big up yourself, cuz. And that's us out. Boom, 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 bam, 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 bam.
I ain't fooling. Don't wanna get old and you don't cool in. That's not. Even when I'm older, if I'm still here, I wanna make. Let's get closer. More time, I can't believe it.